Hey. That's gonna stop. Hi. Today is a Q&A because I thought what's better for an intro video than to introduce myself through questions people want to know. Yeah. All right, let's get going. Oh, let's start with a huge one. Why aren't you vegan anymore? I myself was a vegan for a year and I'm a vegetarian for 4 years. If you want me to do a whole video on this, I can. It's a very elaborate story. Anyway, if you didn't know, I was vegan for about 5 years. I was a very passionate vegan. I ran a vegan food blog, multiple vegan food blogs. I was very strong in the vegan community. Did it for ethical reasons. I love animals. I still do. And I still wholeheartedly believe in veganism. I think it's amazing. You can live a completely healthy lifestyle on veganism. Unfortunately, I've had a lot of health issues in the past and still in the present, especially around my gut. And I just couldn't get what I needed and do what I needed to keep myself healthy on a vegan diet. I'm not saying that it was the fault of veganism or you can't live healthily on vegan diet, because that's completely not true. You definitely can. But for me and my circumstances, it just wasn't working. So I did, and I have and I do eat animal products again. I wish I could live without them and be healthy without them, because obviously I don't want to hurt animals and I still believe in all of that, and of course it's better for the planet. But I am doing what I can to look after myself, and I've had to make the decisions I've had to make for my health. So in short, that's why. What else have we got here? Where am I from? I was born in Australia. My parents are Australian. So Australian, woot woot Vegemite. What was that? How old am I? I actually really don't like talking about age, because I think so many people make quick judgments just by your age. And I never ask people unless someone asks me, really. So I'll just say I'm in my 20s, but I don't like to be specific. I just think there's no need. How do you get the motivation to go to the gym when you work? I'm struggling. Oh, this is a big one. Honestly, it really comes down to organization. If you work a demanding job, I would really recommend, even though it can be hard if you're not a morning person, doing your workouts before you go to work. Because let's be real, it's all nice to think, okay, I'm gonna go work out after work, but 90% of the time we're exhausted. You just wanna go home, you wanna crash, you wanna eat. So getting your workout first thing just gets it out of the way. You can go home and crash in the evening. And I also find it gives me a lot of energy before work. So that's that, but also doing things like joining classes so that you're committed, and when you're actually working out, you're not thinking about what you have to do. You just get there, it's all organized. You know, it can be quick. You can get it done in 30, 40 minutes, whatever the class is, or an hour. Just being organized, and also doing, of course, the basic things that keep you motivated for exercise and health and well-being. Doing things you like, having good music, maybe having a workout buddy, things like that. But for me, I also just love exercise, and I am a morning person, so I don't struggle with motivation because I know how good I feel when I exercise, and I love it all. Best exercises for the bum. I love this question. It's got like 5 exclamation marks. Look, there's no best exercise. I really think when it comes to glute exercise, I mean, obviously some are more glute focused than others, but a lot of the time it comes down to what you feel burns the most for you. I find RDLs, like Romanian deadlifts, really for me. And also, of course, hip thrusts, but all sorts of variations. Hip thrusts are probably your biggest glute focus, and then of course there's all forms of squats, lunges, deadlifts. I think deadlifts are better than squats if you're doing like a Romanian deadlift or a sumo deadlift. I personally feel the burn more in my booty than if I'm doing squats. There's just a whole range. Honestly, there's no best exercise. How's life? TBH, question mark. Life is really good. I'm a happy little bean. I'm so excited and so happy to be finally committing to doing like YouTube and doing things I love. And I start studying this year. I've deferred for multiple years. I'm just excited. I feel like this is my year. I feel like 2020 is the year where I get my shit together and I focus on what I've talked about doing for years and what I really want to do in my like life goals, you know what I mean? So life's pretty damn good. Best ways to gain weight and muscle for females. there's so much to this question depending on what your goals are, what your lifestyle is like. But in general, obviously being in a calorie surplus, which means eating more calories than you're burning, I would be focusing on nutrient density. So making sure you're eating lots of healthy fats, good carbohydrates, protein, all those kind of things. There are lots of little things you can do. So like reducing your cardio, no fasted cardio, fasted workouts. Try to do your workouts after eating, not necessarily directly after, but just generally after you've eaten. All those kind of things. There's a whole range of things you can do. I can do a whole video on it if you like, because I have certainly been there. I've put on like over 20 kilos literally or something. So more than happy to do a video on that. If you'd like to hear that, please pop a little comment down below. Favorite / most effective training styles and or exercises. This changes all the time. In terms of effectiveness, it really comes down to what your goals are or what my goals are at the time. At the moment, I want to like focus on my booty and some fat loss and toning and just being consistent with everything, with food, with exercise. So for me, what helps me achieve those goals is I have workout plans. So I have pre-written plans for the exercises I'm doing those weeks and then my workouts, just so I'm consistent, I know what I'm doing. And also daily cardio. I like my fasted cardio, just to help increase fat loss in the morning and before, doing cardio before your workouts, to increase that fat loss. Yes. You love yoga. Have you considered taking up dancing? All the time. I did dance when I was a little bubba, and I would love to do dance, but to be honest, I feel like I'm too old for that. I prefer just doing my own thing and flowing it out when I need to. What sign are you? I'm a Leo. That's as much as I know. I don't know anything about star signs or astrology. I don't like to let words define who I am that are written by complete strangers. I don't know. I'm so into the idea of being spiritual and believing in everything, but at the same time, I'm like, don't let it define you, just do you know what I mean? Would you rather have legs for arms or arms for legs? Isn't that the same thing? Legs for arms or arms for legs? Oh, I guess that means having like 2 sets of legs or 2 sets of arms. Probably 2 sets of arms because I feel pretty confident in handstand form. What is your exercise schedule / routine right now? At the moment, I am really into my fitness and exercise again. I have more time on my hands now that I'm just working for myself. So in general, I like to get up in the morning, do some form of cardio, whether that's a walk or a run or a spin class or walking on the Stairmaster for a little bit, or like a combination of things, skipping, yoga, whatever. And then I like to hit the gym either straight afterwards or in the afternoon. Or evening, just depends on how I'm feeling really. I really like to listen to my body. And then in general I might try and go for another walk in the afternoon if I have the time and want to socialize. I'm just trying to be really active and I'm trying to keep up walking. And I have 3 set leg booty workouts for a week. I'm doing a 6-week program, so those are set in stone. And then I probably go to the gym anywhere between 5 and 7 days, depending on the week and my energy levels. I love being at the gym. So even if it's not my set day for a workout, I'll just make up my own thing, or I'll do a class or do something different. I love staying active. What does a typical day look like for you at the moment? It's getting up between 8 and 9, or sometimes really early. As I said, going and exercising, or sometimes I like to laze around in bed for a little bit. But then going, doing my exercise, come home, have my cold shower, go for a coffee, get work done. I love sitting at a cafe with my coffee, my laptop, my planner, and just churning out emails and doing everything I need to do. And then come home, maybe have lunch, and then maybe go socialize, work some more, chill out, read. And then evenings, sometimes I'm at my boyfriend's place. We often watch movies. How do you get so naturally tan without getting burnt? Ha ha ha. I was born with olive skin, so I'm inclined to get tan quite easily and not so quickly burn as if I was pale. But I'm also very, very picky about when I am in the sun, or I try to be at least, and the sun protection I use. Basically, I like to stay out of the sun when UV is at the highest, and not tan for too long. So I prefer to tan kind of earlier in the morning when the UV is not too high, it's not too hot. Tan then, and then often I use natural SPF products, whether they're sunscreens, oils, etc. And then I'll go home, have a cold shower, exfoliate, moisturize, whatever else. And I like to use aloe vera after the sun, just to look after your skin, keep it moist and not be a classic leather Australian, you know? What's your height? I'm 170 centimeters. I'll do like 2 more. How do you personally find motivation to live a more healthy, physically active life? Honestly, just knowing how good I feel when I'm active and being healthy, and knowing how bad I feel when I don't. It's so important also though to make sure you're doing things that you like. You're gonna hate exercising if you're forcing yourself to do a type of exercise you hate. Like I am not a natural runner. If I try to force myself to run, which I have done a lot and I still do sometimes, I find I really don't want to, and it puts me off exercising altogether. Whereas I love going to the gym. I love mixing it up in general, trying different exercises and just doing different things so you don't get bored. You've got to love what you're doing so that it doesn't feel like a chore and that you actually want to do it. And then of course there's tons of other things that keep me motivated. If I watch like health bloggers and fitness bloggers before I go to bed, I'm so motivated to go to the gym the next day. Having music that really like pumps you up and gets you in a good mood, it's everything. I love having exercise plans to follow because I have a direction at the gym. I don't get there and I'm like, oh, what am I doing today? It's like, I'm doing this and then I leave, you know? You don't feel like you're in the gym forever, stuff like that. But key is finding something you like, because then you'll want to do it. What yoga app do you use, and do you know if there's a section for pregnancy on it? Oh, I don't know if there is a pregnancy section. Let me look. I use Down Dog, which is my favorite app ever. Everyone needs it if you're trying to get into yoga. I get so many questions on how I started yoga, and it is through this app. I have the worst anxiety and I can't stand classes. They freak me out. I've probably been to less than 10 yoga classes in my life, but I got to an advanced level just through using this app. So you can completely customize your entire yoga flow. This is not a sponsored post in any way. I share this resource to everyone because it changed my life. You can choose everything from your, can you even see that? From your level type, you know, whether you're a beginner or intermediate, to focuses. So you can do like stretching your hamstrings or like using your abs, stuff like that, to how long you want to do it for, 5 minutes, 90 minutes.
Exhale, extended side angle.
Ooh, I don't think there is a pregnancy option, unfortunately. However, doing yoga in pregnancy, you definitely can. There are just certain poses to avoid or switch with. So if you go to a very generic class and they'll always ask if there's someone pregnant in the room, pop your hand up and they can show you alternatives. And then if you do get the app and want to use the app, you can learn which to switch with what. They mostly evolve around avoiding exercises that are you on your stomach or putting your stomach upside down, things like that. So unfortunately not, but I use Down Dog, the app, and I highly recommend it to everyone. I just love it. Well, that was my little Q&A. I hope you got to know me a little bit better. I will be doing more videos in the future. I'm really excited. This channel will be a lot of health and well-being posts, a lot of hopefully informative information to do with health and well-being, so that you can better your life and we can work together to create a happy and healthier you. I am excited to be on here. So I hope you got to know a little bit more about me, and you stick around for the future. Please don't forget to comment anything down below if you found anything helpful, if there's anything else you'd like to know or me to make a video on, and don't forget to click that subscribe button for future videos. Thanks.